What's up, y'all? This is Ty, and I am here to review Season 1, Episode 2 of Tyler Perry's drama and a little bit of comedy, Beauty in Black. And this is the second episode. It is titled A Dance with My Daddy or Dance with Daddy. But before I get into this review, you know what I gotta do. I gotta tell y'all, shout outs to my lovely subscribers and my subscribers to be, because I know y'all gonna hit that like button. I know y'all gonna hit that subscribe button. Y'all gonna leave comments down below. And shout outs to those of you who did leave comments. Shout outs to Lamont Simpson, who been holding me down forever. Shout outs to Hey Barbie J. Shout outs to Kryptonian Black, who said, Ty, keep on reviewing this show because it's going to get interesting. And you know what, Kryptonian? You was right, because I like this episode a lot better than I liked the first one. It is getting interesting, and I'm starting to get invested because I told y'all I wasn't caring for Kimmy too much. Too weak, and it was driving me crazy. The first, I'll do better. I'm sorry. She's still a little weak, but not as weak as that first episode. So she grown on me a little bit. She grown on me. But anyway, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Keep the channel going and growing. That's right. So now let's get down to this review of Beauty in Black. So, my people. Mallory is pissed off with her husband, Roy, because remember, in the last episode, she overheard Roy and Kimmy. So now she pissed off. She trying to fight him. So then he runs into the garage and he's like, "Oh, I got something for you." And he opens the car. And remember, he put the body in it. That's the girl, whoever this woman is, that been ran over twice. Ran over by him, ran over by Mallory, and now ran over by him. He's like, "I know you did this." And I'm sitting there like, okay, hold on. Now, how does he know she did this? How does he know she did this? And then as soon as I said that, because, I'm like ready to rip it apart, he says, "I know you did this because we are the only ones that take that road. So this is a private family road. This is their route." He said, "No one else but only people in this family go down that road." I said, "Oh, okay. I'll give you that." But then I had this, made me think. I said, so that means whoever this is that's all bent up in the back of this car and bloody and hit, she must know somebody in the family, since this is the family's private road. But I still have a question. What was this lady doing out jogging in the rain at night in the middle of the damn road? Why are you in the middle of the road? That question still hasn't been answered. So anyway, he's saying we need to tell Jules about this. Let Jules handle this. Mallory is adamant. No, I don't trust him. He is already way too involved with this family. So I said, oh, we're getting some connections here. He's already way too involved. Hell no, I don't want him in this. So they devise some plan, and they're taking the body somewhere, and they get pulled over by the police. And Mallory's like, "Oh my goodness, the body's back here, blah, blah, blah." The police pull him over. He smells the alcohol. He tells Roy to get up out the car. While he's doing that, Mallory's calling Jules. Because Jules got these connections, y'all. Apparently, Jules is powerful. He got connections in Indiana. He got connections in Chicago. He's like, "Where y'all at? Chicago? Y'all in Indiana? Where y'all at? Okay, let me make a few calls." I said, oh, he got power like that. So he's making his calls. Meanwhile, Roy's taking a breathalyzer and trying to stall, and Roy gets arrested. And she's like, "They've already arrested him, and they can't take this car because there's a body in here." And the officer tells Mallory, because she got all big and bad, she got up in his face, but I think she saw that he had a camera on his back. He had, what you call that? The cams. I forgot what it's called. Excuse me, it's late, y'all. But the cameras that the police have on them, he must have had it on, because she was about to say, "Don't you know who I am?" She's about to go off, but she saw the camera. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Please let me know where you towing this car." Because he told her, "I'm towing the car. You gonna have to wait out here in the cold with your nice coat on." She's saying it's cold. He was like, "Well, you just gonna have to wait out here, ma'am." And she's like, "Oh no, what am I gonna do?" But Jules said he's handling. Anyway, the car does get towed. Nobody notices the body all bent up back there in the back of the car. Nobody notices. These police are just trifling. They're goofy. And so the next thing we know, Jules is on the scene, and Jules is like, "What's going on?" And she tells him, "There's a body in there. Roy hit somebody." She puts it on Roy. She ain't tell him she hit him first. And he's like, don't worry, I got you. She told him she didn't trust him. He's like, I got you. I'm going to handle this. Don't worry about it. We're going to get you home, and we're going to go get that body out of that car because the car is in the pound. Now, here's the thing. They get to the pound, and Jules has them shoot the attendant. That was so unnecessary. But you know what I think he's doing? He's setting up Mallory and her family. He's setting them up. Because then in the next scene, he tell them, oh, yeah, we got the car, but ain't no body up in there. What? And she was like, see, something going on. We got to keep an eye on him. So, yeah, he's using that as leverage. That's what I think he's doing. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, or should I say back at the whole house. I shouldn't say not whole house. Back at Kimmy's house, poor little, what's the girl's name? Rain is laid out, booty all oozing with pus, and the plastic is coming out because the surgery, she had a bad reaction to this cheap surgery that she had in her damn room. It looked like spray paint cans and all type of stuff and tissues, and this was just a cheap. They should have charged her $10 at all how cheap everything looked. Just a bad job. She laid out. She ain't dead though, but she close to death. Now, Body calls Rain's phone. And Kimmy picks up the phone. And Kimmy picks up the phone, and Body's like, B, what you doing picking up the phone? All this overly gangster shit. She's overly aggressive. And she's like, she needs a doctor. You ain't taking her to no doctor. I'll be right there. Now, this is what confused me. Now, Body comes running over with Daga, the one who did the surgery, and the assistant. Why did y'all leave her in the first place, and why are y'all so shocked that she had a bad reaction? Did you just do the surgery and just haul ass? Y'all didn't even bother to check up. Y'all just left the mess like that. Now y'all cleaning up. I was like, it's a little backwards. Now y'all cleaning up. Oh, she'll be fine. Let her take these things. She's still breathing. Leave her right there. I said, this is crazy. So Kimmy was asking questions. Kimmy's like, who are you? And Daga says, I'm a nurse. And she says, well, let me see. What's your credentials? And pow! Body slapped Kimmy. Stay in line, ho. Slapped her just like that. I said, and Kimmy pissed me off. Fight back. What'd you let that lady hit you like that for? And then we see a scene where they just leave her, and then Body gets on the phone with Jules like, you got to come rein her in. Kimmy's out of control. How's she out of control? I don't understand it. She's being normal. Somebody's laid out like this, booty oozing of pus. You need to take her to the doctor. So that's what Rain does. She takes her, gets her in the cab. The cab lady was like, what is all this? Drop her off to the hospital, and this was the funny scene. Why they roll this woman in the hospital with her butt all in the air, butt all out? Y'all ain't had no respect. Y'all couldn't cover the woman up, butt all out, pus oozing out. People looking like, oh my. And this is where Kimmy grew up here, because she tells the crowd, she tells the people in the lobby, what y'all looking at? Oh, now you could be tough, but you wasn't tough when homegirl slapped you. So I was like, here we go with this foolishness. So on top of that, there's all this, the owner, I believe this lady's the owner of the strip club. I don't know the name of the strip club. And she calls Jules, and she's like, listen, your girl Kimmy needs to be in line, because she done took Rain down to the hospital. And I guess that's a big deal, because now it's like, what's going on? So then Jules goes and gets Kimmy, and he gives her a scolding. Listen here, you go back to your room, and why did you take her? Luckily, I got people everywhere, but why did you take her to the hospital? And I'm like, why wouldn't she? Why'd you take her to the hospital? Now, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go back to your place, your motel room, whatever it is, clean it up, and then take your butt back down to the strip joint and go make me some money. That's what he tells her. Now, we did get some connections here. And then we also had all of the foolishness at the strip club. The way they talk to these women is just ridiculous. The owner telling Body, you better get these hoes in check, and you better get this girl in check, and blah, 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 blah. But we have some flashbacks that give us some more connections. So now remember, Kimmy and Rain met down at the Walmart. They met at Walmart, and they were sleeping there, whatever. And then they also got on the computer, and that's when she met the guy, Angel, and he was like, yeah, girl, listen, y'all gonna go to Atlanta. Both of y'all gonna make $5,000 each. And of course, Kimmy, this is their whole origin story, how they became hoes, basically. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll do it too, because Kimmy ain't got no way to go, so why not? You know, and I'm not judging when I say whole origin story, but it's just what it is. So as they're getting on the plane, this is all in flashbacks, they get taken off the plane and look like they're about to get arrested. And who was it? Jules. So I put two and two together. They showed it here. This is why they're under Jules' thumb right now, because he keeps saying, I'll stop you from getting 30 years. Because what he did was, instead of you getting 30 years, you hoes is going to work for me. You too, Angel. You too are going to be a hoe. So he got all three of them, Angel, Rain, and Kimmy, down to the strip joint working for him. Now here's the connection too. Remember in the last episode, Horace was looking through the curtain at Angel doing the body roll. I know that was a terrible body roll. I know. It's not my profession. But Angel was doing the body roll and he was liking all that. So now she's back with Horace again. And Horace is like, now you told me you could hook me up, right? And look, she was being honest, because at first she was charging this ridiculous price. He said, maybe you shouldn't do this. He said, look, I'm old, I'm horny, get me that dude, how much? And she was honest. She said, you know, I could get him to you for a lot less, for $5 or whatever she said. And she gives him some of his money back. But he said, you know what? I like you and I'm trusting you. And they're starting to bond. And I did like this. So now I'm like, you know, I'm starting to like Kimmy. And it's something about Horace I like. He seems like an honest old pervert. He seems like an honest, decent guy. He's like, look, I'm old. I just want to see this young man shake his thing in front of me. How much? And let's go back to your place, because she called herself an honest hoe. And he said, you an honest hoe. I can trust you. So they're bonding. So she said, I could hook it up, whatever. And that's when she goes to Angel, and she tells Angel lit. And Angel's like, look, I ain't gay. I ain't doing it. She said, with enough drinks, you're gay, bro. Come on, let's do this. So he agrees to do this or whatever. They go back. What did they go back to? I believe it was Angel's place. No, it was Kimmy's place. And then he comes out and he's like, she was like, that's it. He said, look, he said he wanted to go home and he wanted to go, that was that. So now Horace is doing all this coughing and hacking, coughing up a lung, nasty cough. It reminded me of one of my coworkers back in the day. She had a horrible cough and she used to have this habit of coughing. Like one time I had fries on my desk, I was eating, and she did this nasty, that same cough Horace did, nasty cough, and reached her hand on my fries. Oh, can I get some fries? I had to throw the whole thing away after that. I can't eat this, you coughing and hacking. I know that had nothing to do with this, but that's what Horace's cough reminded me of. So anyway, they go back. She's driving Horace home, and this is this big, sprawling Bruce Wayne type mansion. Horace is living large and in charge, and when she gets there, she notices something. She notices, he's like, oh, the help has gone for the day. And he's still coughing and hacking. Can you go get my medicine out of the office? She goes back there, gets his medicine. Then she sees photos. And who does she see? Roy, Mallory, and she sees, Roy and Mallory and Jules, I think. And she's like, holy, from the pictures she sees. And that's when the episode ends. So this is getting good now, because now we're starting to connect things. And so now I'm invested. So I did enjoy this episode more than I did the last one. The pace was a little slow, but we connecting some dots here. And we're going to see what's going to happen, because now we got this thing with Body's got to make sure she puts Kimmy back in control and all this. But now that Kimmy has this connection with Horace, she got a little friend in Horace. We got to see what his connection is. Is he part of the family? I don't know. But I'll find out in the third episode. But anyway, I thought this episode was pretty decent. I enjoyed it. I'm interested now. I liked it a lot better than the last one. What did you think about this? This show still got a lot going on. But what did you think about this episode? And what do you think about this show so far? Tell me down below in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.